Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this afternoon I watched the movie The Woman King, 2022 film, very recently released. Um, and when I saw the trailer, I was intrigued and I definitely didn't want to watch it. I must admit I didn't hear anything else about it other than this trailer that happened to be on when I was scrolling through Facebook. Somebody had posted it, I guess. So I was struck by the similarity between the women warriors of the Western African kingdom of Dahomey, which is where this tribe used to live, this kingdom basically, and this tribe of women warriors called the Agoje. Agoje, I guess that's how you pronounce it. And it's very similar to the Wakanda women warriors, the guards of the king of Wakanda. So similarly, they are these Dahomen women. The Agoje are basically the king, part of the king's guard of the king of Dahomey. So straight off the bat, very similar to what you see in present day Wakanda from the comics. And I'm wondering, and I will have to do some research, but I'm wondering, were the tribes in Wakanda, or the women warriors in Wakanda, were they actually influenced and inspired by these women of actual history? So I did a little look up, and Dahomey was supposed to be where currently Benin is. It's an African country. The movie is directed by Gina Prince Pitwood. I have no clue if I've ever seen anything else of hers, but I do want to check them out. Funnily enough, this movie is co-written by Maria Bello, who is an actress that you've seen in action movies like The Mummy 3 and what was that, Mr. and Mrs. Smith? I think that was a television series. And also a couple of other films that I've seen her in, along with Dana Stevens. So apparently Maria Bello went, when she was in Africa, she heard about this all-female group of warrior women, of warriors rather, and she was inspired to write, co-write a story about it. The movie stars Viola Davis as General Naniska, and again, very similar to Wakanda. Tuso, I'm going to butcher these names because I'm not really sure how to pronounce them. Tuso Ambedu plays Navi, who's a young warrior. Lashana Lynch, who we have seen in a couple of other movies, including Captain Marvel and the latest James Bond movie, is Izogi. Sheila Atim plays Amenza. Hero finds Tiffin, which is an odd name by the way, Hero and Tiffin in the same name, plays Santa Ferreira. John Boyega from the Star Wars movies comes as King Gezo, who is the king of Dahomey. Jordan Bolger plays Malik. He's supposed to be a half Portuguese, half Brazilian, and half Dahomen. And there's this character called Jimmy Odukoya, an actor called Jimmy Odukoya, who plays General Oba Ade. Man, that guy is massive. So I don't know any of the other actors and all. They just spouted out names as I see over here. So basically, it's when the movie starts, we see General Naniska. I'm finding it very difficult to pronounce it. Leading her warriors to liberate some Dahomen women who were abducted by slavers, and basically you have this thing about the Oyo Empire, which is a rival empire, helping Europeans to get slaves and from Africa, and the Dahomen women also, because of their strength and courage and bravery, also lead to a pretty penny in the slave market. However, King Gezo of Dahomey, he is now not happy to continue with this, so he is preparing for an all-out war with the Oyo. And basically, towards the end of the film, there is a war between towards the end of the movie, there's a war between them. Some of the women do get killed, a few of them, 3 or 4 of them are actually taken as slaves, and it is up to Naniska, who has to defy the rules of her king, go against his orders, but she plans to go all alone to rescue them. However, many of the warriors, including some of the men as well, follow her, and they go and you know, liberate them, killing off the majority of the Oyo Empire warriors, including the big guy that I just mentioned. That was uh, what's his name? Abu? Hold on. Oba. Sorry. Yeah. So that is the basic theme. There's this thing about slavery with, you know, I'm pretty sure in Africa, uh, some of the tribes did help the Europeans to get slaves. They must have taken money or booze or something else for whatever the Europeans could trade back to them, and you know, they wanted a lot of slaves in return. Including the Portuguese, who were there for a while. I'm pretty sure other European strongholds, empires like maybe the, I'll have to go back into history, but definitely the British and the Spanish were also involved, and the French. So there's also this very, very, what do you call it? Very predictable storyline of this young warrior called Navi, who is looked upon as a very promising young suitable candidate for possibly becoming a later on general. And it is revealed that she wins this contest that they actually have, and then all these women are added to the King's Guard. She was actually adopted by birth. Naniska actually finds out at that time that she was adopted. She's got this birthmark on her left shoulder, which is actually proves that she is actually Naniska's long lost daughter, who she had given up for adoption because she was captured by the Oyo warriors, and she was gang raped and finally impregnated the baby. She asked one of her friends, who remarkable performance by this actress as well. I'm trying to find the name. I think it's Amenza Sheila Atim, who is a Ugandan actress. Yeah, Ugandan British actress. I thought she did a fantastic job as well. She goes and gives it off to an orphanage, and that baby turns out to be Navi. So, you know, mother and daughter reunited. Initially, Navi is stunned by it. So that's one of the reasons why, you know, Naniska wants to go and rescue them, because Navi was one of the typical fashion. She was one of the women who were abducted. There's also a little bit of a romance, which doesn't normally, this would end up as being a romance that ends in a very positive marriage or something like that, but this one doesn't actually happen. Navi is usually attracted by Malik, and he does help her to escape, and he helps her quite a lot, but he leaves for his land, and she leaves to go back to the village. The kingdom. Although the king is initially upset that his orders were not listened to, he does, tout the warriors led by Naniska, and then he he is already planning to make her kind of like the woman king, basically a partner and equal in ruling Dahomey. Why not the queen? But he actually has several queens, including his main queen. So I don't know why it's called the woman king, but it must be something unique to that particular area. So she's considered to be, the best warrior, so leading the people in their fight against Europeans and their enemy, Oyo tribe rather. That would actually help. I guess that's the reason why he has her do that. So that's basically the storyline. Very predictable towards the end, I must say, although I really like the choreography of the fighting. Fantastic fight scenes. Really like the setting of this African jungle and village. And I think pretty much everybody did do a good job. But it's nothing new. There must be tons of other Indian movies as well which follow this kind of same kind of storyline. But I am interested in finding out a little bit about the warriors. What are they called once again? The Agoje. So yeah, these names don't come very easily to me. But I did like it. I can't give it anything more than a 7 out of 10 because it's kind of very predictable. Although acting wise, no real complaints. I think the storyline is nothing. Um, to be honest, it's nothing very impressive or original. To be honest, so that's my thoughts and review of this particular film. I did like it quite a bit. I did like the actresses who played the warriors, and I did like um, especially Viola Davis and Tusu and Bedu. I hope I'm pronouncing the name a little bit correct. I did like the both of them, especially their performances, especially in this film. That's about it for The Woman King. Signing off for now. 7 out of 10. Thank you.